Hi everyone and welcome back. Welcome to another video of how to become a Ninja developer playlist. And in this video we are going to talk about the simple roadmap for a full stack developer. Okay, this roadmap is open to the public. I just got it from this roadmap.sh, but yeah, it is updated based on 2023 and it has all the things which we need to talk about. Okay, I won't be covering the basics of internet and HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Let's start from here. You already have experienced or maybe a fresher developer and looking for the roadmap that what path you should choose. If you are really a fresher developer, then this might not be the video for you, because you might be just busy in learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript before even learning the frameworks, or getting into the different framework for the server side and the client side. You will be busy with understanding, okay, HTML's form validations, best practices, DOM, how to access the DOM, SEO best practices, what is host, like JavaScript core concepts, the hosting, closures, inheritance, objects, functions, how we do all the things inside a JavaScript. And I already have a smart playlist which covers everything about JavaScript, the core concepts, not just the basic programming concepts. Okay, we'll come to the Git. Git is you should have a good knowledge of Git. Git is used for version control, and we have these different providers. Either you can use GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab and all. Right, now coming to the package managers. Earlier we used to have only npm, now we have a yarn and pnpm, and also with the multi-repo setup, because now we are having front end, back end, all the services together inside of one mono repo. We are creating multiple folders and creating these workspaces. So pnpm workspace, npm workspace, yarn workspace, those are also popular. So these are package managers, npm, yarn, pnpm. They also provide a workspace concept using which you can link the dependencies locally without even publishing them. And pnpm package manager is getting more and more popular because it is faster. And CSS architecture, block element modifier, CSS processor, Sass and Lass, post CSS, and get some basic web security knowledge, HTTPS, how it works, cross origin resource sharing, content security policy, CSP headers, and how you can set the CSP headers, how you can add a security to your front end app or a backend APIs apps. Okay, coming to the build tools, because now in 2023 a couple of new build tools have arrived, esbuild, with parcel. So these are, earlier we were already aware that webpack was there as a module bundler, right? In the build tools we have used webpack a lot with the Angular, React in the initial days. After that, now we have a lot of other tools available for the module bundling, the Vite, really powerful, really fast, and being used with the SvelteKit, SvelteJS, and now also you can use with React. So we have a task runners like npm scripts does the task, executing the task, npm run dev, npm run build, npm run test, npm run migrations. So you don't need some additional runners. Linters and formatters, we are good with ESLint RC and prettier RC. We are using these prettier and ESLint configurations and running npm run lint, adding the ESLint and prettier as a hook with your git commits. So we are executing the ESLint and prettier to format your code before even you raise a commit. CSS framework, the most popular ones, I mean, if you remember a couple of years back we were using Bootstrap and Bulma. Bootstrap was popular, providing the row column grid, a 12 column grid structure. After that we had this material UI which gets more popular, and then this utility based framework came into the picture, like Tailwind, where you just need to worry about writing the classes. You just need to be aware how to use those classes. It's somewhat Bootstrap, but it's more utility oriented, the Tailwind. And now we stop using these framework. Tailwind is providing us whatever we need. At the end, Tailwind is adding lots of classes on a div or a particular element, but that is still fine for now. In the modern CSS, we are using CSS modules, styled JSX, styled components. These are still popular when you are writing a styled JSX, putting CSS inside JSX for your components, creating a CSS modules and doing importing the modules in as a ES module in your components, React components. Testing your applications, how we are testing. So we write unit, integration, and functional. For functional, I'm still using Cypress, not Selenium, WebDriver and all. This is a modern world and we are good with using Cypress and Playwright. For testing, earlier we used to have multiple library, Mocha, Chai, Jasmine, Karma. Okay, forget about all those things. You can just use Jest, React testing library, Angular testing library, and Jest. Those are more than enough for doing your unit and integration tests. Authentication strategies. Now we, in my all full stack clone applications, either I use Firebase, I wrote my own auth service, or we are using Auth0. So you might be familiar about how the authentication strategies really works. And basic authentication strategy for APIs, either you authenticate using SSO, basic auth protocol you use, or you write your own service where you just do the authentication using token based, or you can use cookies and manages the express sessions. So there is a cookie based authentication, or there is a session based authentication. I mean, in Express app you can manage the sessions in the backend, or you can also use cookies. Those sessions also based on the cookies. Okay, so either you can use a stateless JWT based authentication, or you can use a session based and a cookie based authentication. Web components, all these modern framework are based on these web component principles: shadow DOM, custom element, custom imports, HTML templates. And like Angular and React were baseline to adopt the web component standards, so that you can import one component inside another component, shadow DOM concepts, custom elements and all. Progressive web app are in, I will say, in shadow right now, because when it comes to building something for the mobiles, we have this Flutter and React Native with the same stack. Like in React Native, you can build the same, you can use the same React TypeScript code to build the React Native application. Shadow DOMs are still there, where you can do the caching, do the device notifications, all the shenanigans which we were not having with the web apps, and you wanted to build a light PWA, progressive web app. Then we were using all those features of service worker, offline caching, all those concepts are still there. Server-side rendering, now we have these new 5 frameworks added, Next and Next. Next, which is coming from the React, Next, which is coming from the Vue.js. I mean, they were already there, but now the SvelteKit is also getting popular, and the Next.js 13 version is recently released, which is providing the app directory. So these things are getting popular. You can have a knowledge on React and Next.js, that is enough. Or if you love Svelte.js, which I really love, I learned SvelteKit. SvelteKit is also really powerful for server-side rendering. And then static site generators, you can just use Gatsby for writing your static markdown files for the blog application, or use Next or Next.js. I mean, you can build a static website using any of these. Jackal we were using earlier back in those days. Now we can use Next or Gatsby. All my applications, blog applications, tksharma.com is using Gatsby, because that is powerful and satisfying my needs for publishing their daily blogs. GraphQL, we are using Apollo Federations. That is really powerful, because we are not stick to using just REST APIs. You can also expose a GraphQL interface on HTTP layer. Or if you know the microservices, you can expose TCP, gRPC, TRPC interface, and you can have fun. Mobile applications, still we are using React Native and Flutter. Flutter is recently become more and more popular, and you keep learning, I will say, because things will come and go. New build tools, new testing tools, new library, new framework, and stick to core components, core structure of core fundamentals of JavaScript. Always keep that handy with you, because these framework will come and go. Because today we have a different bundling tool, tomorrow there will be something else. Today we have this Tailwind popular, tomorrow there can be something else. Today we are just using this Jest and Cypress, tomorrow can be different things. For authentication strategies, currently we are using token based authentication using JWT. Future is the passwordless authentication, right, where you might be just authenticating using web WhatsApp, or just using simple entering the mobile, like in the mobile apps, how you do authenticate, you enter your mobile number, you get the token, right? That is the next level. But further to enhance the securities, there is a two-factor authentications. Lots of new concepts are coming into picture. Even the passwordless authentication is the future, and we will see new auth protocols to adopt in the application authentication and authorizations. Okay, and the important part here is, after looking at the roadmap, you might be seeing lots of things are there, right? If you are a fresher, stick to one framework, get hands on the core JavaScript, do simple Express API development, and do the front end with the React, because most of the developers are doing that. If you really love Svelte.js, you can try with the Svelte.js and SvelteKit, and just stick to one package manager, PNPM or NPM, and start learning Tailwind. Before that, learn how the CSS really works, the styling using sass, slash, and writing vanilla styles. Okay, apart from that, if you really want to learn all those things, most of these things are on my channel. Stay tuned. You can also join my Slack channel, where I can take your query, and if something is needed, we should be able to publish it. Thanks everyone.